You're gonna wanna watch this video through in its entirety because I am dropping diamonds and major body sculpting tips you can probably only get in somebody's course or class in this video. We're gonna get right into it. So this is the Unison 6-in-1, most commonly known in our community as the pink and white machine. It has 6 different functions, hence 6-in-1, and the functions are ultrasonic cavitation, 4-polar radio frequency, 6-polar radio frequency, 3-polar or tripolar radio frequency. Last but certainly not least, the vacuum or vacuum therapy. And there's also an LED light on this machine. Okay, let's get into it. If you talk to 10 people in the body contouring industry, 5 of them will tell you to go in order of operation, and the other 5 will tell you to go in a method that they've created or that they use or that they've learned. I personally mix it up depending on what I'm working on, who I'm working on. The order of operation on the machine, there is the cavitation, which it automatically defaults to. Cavitation, that is going to be anywhere from 10 to 30 minutes, depending on the area of the body that I'm working on, depending on the client, depending on what the goals are, depending on how much time we have for the session. Okay, now each mode, you have the ability to control the energy at which you are working. And this machine goes up to energy level 9 and model A or B. Model A for cavitation. Model A is used for thicker fat that is, maybe it's your first time working, maybe you have a client who is hasty to, or has a goal they want to meet in a certain time. I would use model A for that type of fat. And if I'm working on an abdomen or thighs or legs, my energy level is always at level 9. You also have the time button here, which you can adjust up or down. Mode B is maintenance, okay? Second is the vacuum. The third is your radio frequency. And this is the 6-polar, quad-polar, and tripolar. And then you have your start and stop button, which is here. So those are all 6 modes. So to the vacuum, there's a couple things you want to notice here. Okay, first of all, there's the time. Secondly, you have the suction, which you can control, decrease and increase. And then you have the release, which you can decrease and increase. And you have the level of energy. When you are doing lymphatic drainage with your vacuum, which is this probe right here, it is very important to keep it gentle. This should not hurt. Your client should not be saying, ouch. Show you what that looks like. Another tip that I have for you is after you get your vacuum set up and before you put this on your client, do a test on your arm. If it's hurting you, if it's grabbing you to the point of, oh my God, this hurts, it is too high. You can cause bruising. I have a client who came to me because her previous sculpting tech was bruising her every single session. That's not right. It should be very gentle. You guys see that? It's very gentle. You should be able to put this on a child and get away with it. Okay, not saying that you should put this on a child, but a child should be able to tolerate this. Okay, I hope that is coming across. If you guys have any questions, as always, leave them in the comments. not sound like that, okay? Typically, when I am doing lymphatic drainage, the highest I will go is 4, and my release is always half of what my suction is, okay? And my vacuum is always, it's never any higher than a level 4. If you're finding value in this video, go ahead and hit the like. It helps me out so much. So the way that I do it, and write this down, you guys, this is a tip. I heat it, I break it, then I move it here, okay? There is a video that I will link that tells you all things radio frequency. Go ahead and check that out if you're interested on how to operate radio frequency, the purposes, and what typically it's used for. The vacuum is on right now, and you can control the pressure or the strength of your vacuum with this knob on the side of this machine here. And there's a little teeny tiny groove on this dial. If you turn this dial all the way down to the left, that's minimum vacuum, and that is going to turn the pressure of your vacuum all the way down to where it's barely picking anything up. If you turn the dial to the left, you can hear that the vacuum gets a little stronger and increases the pressure. Okay, very important. And a lot of people are not seeing this. I get questions about this all the time. If your vacuum is too high and you can't control it with the dials on the screen, check this knob. Everything connects. The off and on button. There it is right there. When it's on, it's lit in orange. When it's off, clearly it's not lit in orange. And the most important thing that a lot of people don't realize, and including myself. Okay, so inside of this filter is a little handy dandy thing. I don't know what to call it. But you will know if your machine is functioning properly when this is clear. And as you can see, mine is a very foggy. There is oil. See this oil here? There's nastiness on it. So I need to clean this. This is your filter, you guys. This should be clear at all times. If your vacuum is not functioning properly, check your filter in the back of your machine. Lastly, your vacuum also has a filter. See mine? Hence, this is why my filter is dirty, because I don't have a filter here. This whole entire thing has popped off, and I'm just now noticing it. This is great. This is actually great. We caught this live for video purposes. I'm going to show you what it should look like in here on a different machine. I'm so sorry, guys. I ran out of time, but I will be sure to include that vacuum demonstration for cleaning and refiltering your vacuum in part 5, okay? I'm so sorry. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you. Questions below in the comments. Get it right.